Talk. Talk. Talk to me Tuesday.
And guess what? I have my special guest came back for another show.
This time in English.
In English, yes. So welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday, attorney and managing partner Ramesh Raghuthaman.
Thank you, Madi. It is always a pleasure to be here, and this wonderful production staff. I'm looking forward to what a wonderful show we have today.
Yeah, we actually have a wonderful show today. We're going to incorporate some basketball. Basketball is like so present in our lives right now.
Front and center.
Front and center. And a little bit of personal injury. I know we probably deprived you guys a little bit on what the personal injury side and just really what you do. You do a lot.
And bringing it back, yeah.
Yeah, and bringing it back. So we're going to do a couple of questions so that you guys can see what it is that we do here. But most importantly, what you do here.
Oh, man.
Exactly, which it's a lot.
We're going to need an hour-long episode.
But speaking of you, let's talk about your passion. Your passion is sports.
It is sports, but actually, as I've grown older, my passion has really changed and kind of evolved into, and I don't want to sound cheesy, but this firm and what we're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, we run a dynamic operation here, from being involved in sports, being involved in the community, and to our bread and butter, which is helping our clients.
Yeah, exactly. So what a beautiful thing that we are able to mix it all under one roof, and that one roof is your pride and joy.
Absolutely. I like to say, it's not work for me. None of this is work for us. Darren also says, how can you call this work when it's just weaved into the fabric of our lives?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we're here for you guys, and I want to invite all of you guys. Thank you for being on the show today. But if you guys have any questions for this man, this hardworking man, attorney Ramesh Raghuthaman, please load up your questions and or your comments so that we can go ahead and answer those questions. So we want to open up those lines of communication like we always do. Yeah, so here on Talk to Me Tuesday. So we're going to go ahead and start with March Madness. Wow. Yes. March Madness. I don't know how many of you guys are fans. Give me a little thumbs up if you guys are a fan. But it's been crazy.
It was crazy. And, the unfortunate thing was that I think we were all kind of galvanized to rooting for the University of Houston, trying to get to the Elite Eight. The beautiful season that they had, finishing 30-3 for the year. Phenomenal job.
Yeah.
I hope Kevin Sampson stays. And congratulations to all the Cougs that are out
there. Yes. U of H for sure did an amazing job. Whether they made it to the Final Four, the final, or just the Sweet 16, that's a huge accomplishment. They haven't been there again since '84.
That is crazy to me.
So regardless, we should be very proud of our team. U of H. Little baby steps. This year we got to Sweet 16, but you never know. Next year might be a completely different story, guys.
And I think that's a very salient point, because if you think about it, Auburn made their first Final Four for the first time since 1984.
Wow. So 84 is the highlight. For all of those that were born in 84, give me a little thumbs up. But let's talk
84
about...
for me is Van Halen.
There you go. So let's talk a little bit about the Elite Eight this past weekend. So first game being Texas Tech beats Gonzaga 75-69. Talk a little bit about that game.
Guns up, right, guys? I know we have a couple Red Raiders around here.
Yes.
We even have some Red Raiders in the firm. Giselle, I know, is a big Red Raider.
Yeah, she is.
My good buddy from high school, David Garza, is a Red Raider. If you're watching, David. But very proud of them. First time in school history that they've made it.
Wow.
And we're very proud to see Texas being represented.
And they are Final Four. So any Texas team, anybody from Texas, you guys know we support our Texas teams. If that's all that's remaining in the Final Four, or if it's like the Super Bowl or whatever, we root our Texas teams on. Man. Yeah. So if you're not a guns up, if you're not a Raiders fan, you're about to become one. So I'm sure you have some red in your closet, red and white. a little bit of black, so put that on to support. The other game that was this past weekend was Virginia beats Purdue. Overtime.
You know what was crazy about that too is I went to law school in Washington University in St. Louis, right?
Mm-hmm.
We had a number of engineers that were in law school with us, and a lot of them went to Purdue. So I know how big of a deal it was for Purdue. I know how close they were. They were so close to winning, yet Virginia was able to pull it off. And although Virginia is another school, the last time they made it was with Ralph Sampson in 1984.
I was going to say, don't say 84. 84.
84.
Wow, it's all the 84 teams is the last time that they went. And, you know, we're breaking history is what it sounds like here, whether it has been 35 years or whether they haven't even made it. That's crazy. So they did go into overtime. That score was 80-75.
I know.
Man, all these scores you're about to hear, they're pretty close.
Pretty close.
Close into almost making it, so they are putting up a fight. They are trying to fight all the way through the end. Speaking of, next game is Auburn beats Kentucky, 77-71.
Well, you know that had to make us happy since Kentucky beat University of Houston, so
Yes.
we were happy about
Yes.
that. You know
Rooting
who is
for
the
Auburn.
famous alumni from Auburn?
Who?
Charles Barkley.
Oh,
The
we
Chuckster.
love Charles Barkley. Big old Charles Barkley,
The
right?
Chuck Wagon, yes.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, 77-71, they really fought. But I know those of you guys from Houston and Cougs fans were probably very excited that Kentucky was out. We could have made it. We could have been there right with Auburn. So there's always next year, guys. No worries. Last but not least, Michigan State beats Duke, which is the number 2 seed beats the number 1 seed, 68-67.
Now, you know that this one was very close to home, right? Because our one and only Sherry Burdick is a Dookie through and through due to her son.
Yeah.
But also, our client and our friend, Mr. Andre Bad Moon Risen, is a Michigan State alum. So we were all pulling for you, Dre.
Yeah, we were. But hey, this was an interesting game.
It was.
Not just the Elite Eight, but the Sweet 16. Duke barely was coasting through the whole ride. Like, it's crazy because even being a number 1 seed, don't underestimate your opponent. You never know. And both of them were kind of buzzed. The Sweet 16, they won because the other team missed it. And this one, they actually missed that one shot, and they lost by 1 point. Both of the games were by 1 point. They won by 1, and they lost by 1. So there's your karma.
I know. And it's interesting to see because, you know, for me, obviously, with Andre Rison, rooting, you know, kind of backing Michigan State for him, being able to kind of root along for him and all that. I know he was an All-American standout in the NFL, but believe me, if you ask me, he's a better basketball player.
That's definitely crazy right there. So now we're going on to Final Four. Yes. Do you remember the date of that?
It would be next weekend.
April 6th.
6th and the 8th.
Yeah, 6th through the 8th. It's Auburn. Again, we're going to repeat it. Auburn versus Virginia.
Okay.
The number 5 seed against the number 1 seed. Never know. The seeds kind of don't really mean anything when you're here. Not at this point.
Yeah.
They're all kind of going through it. They're fighting through. The seed is just, they got in. So they fight through on this one. The next one is going to be Texas Tech versus Michigan State.
What a game.
That's going to be a great game.
What a great game.
May the odds be in their favor. And then we're going to see the top 2. And, of course, you'll see us back on the show celebrating who won. For sure.
Absolutely.
So, not just that, in the Final Four, there's a lot of basketball in the air.
Yeah.
They say love is in the air, but basketball's in the air.
Which is love. Which is love.
For those of you guys that love basketball, definitely it's in the air. So this last weekend, I don't know if you remember, but last weekend, the Friday before last and this last, we did a basketball tournament.
Yes.
Now, we didn't play in the basketball tournament. We had a little booth there, which is pretty cool. We did it again. Squeaky Johnson's Midnight Tournament, exactly what you said. So here is the flyer that you guys see. If you guys are interested, please go to Squeaky Johnson and reach out to him if you want to play, if you want to be a vendor. They're doing small business. So a couple of pictures of the actual event. You're basically going to see people on the court. You'll see that here shortly on the screen. Super cool event. This is where they bring a lot of small businesses to talk to those going to the game, whether they're just going to support, whether they're going to play, and they can really get to meet small businesses like us. I don't know if we're small, but
I wouldn't consider us small. We're a national law firm with offices all across the country.
Yeah.
But look, more importantly, it's like we mentioned on our Spanish show on JDJ. I think that these type of local events, these type of being involved, really gives us the opportunity to immerse ourselves in our community. You know how important that is. Mari, all the work that you guys do to keep us involved in the community, to keep us giving back to the community. These are the types of events at a grassroots level that really are able to help us.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly with the managing partner, Ramesh Raghuthaman. Yes, being a part of the community is so important to us. If you guys have any type of opportunity for us to be a part of the community, please reach out to us. Yes, I get the community outreach in the mix, but they do attend. The attorneys do attend, and they love to see the reward of those smiles. Like, you can speak a little bit more about, when you give and you give, the smiles that just fulfill the room. It's crazy.
Well, and I'm really glad you asked me that, because I always go back to one memory, and one memory that really sticks out to me the most was, it was almost 4 years ago now, when it was myself, Darren, and Sherry, and Betsy went out and donated 574 beds. We literally took mattresses and put them in people's cars for kids who didn't have them.
Yeah.
And that still to this day means a lot to me.
Yeah, that's one of many that you guys do.
Yes.
We're also doing a volunteer coming up with the giving food to the homeless. That's something that we're also doing coming up. There's a lot of opportunities in this community, in this city. We have a beautiful city, but there is a lot of people in the city that do need our help and our assistance. And if we're blessed with it, we'll go out there and help.
And I think you bring up a good point too, Mari, that people are still affected from Harvey.
Oh, yeah.
You mentioned that the last time we were on the show together when we were talking about the community effect. Just because it passes the news cycle doesn't mean that the story's over.
Right.
And it's thankful to people like you, thankful to our firm and the people that we have committed to it, that we haven't forgotten about that. Still, you can still drive through Houston and still see the damage.
The damage, for sure. There's other damages right now. Mm-hmm. There is a big explosion happening in Crosby.
Yes. The second one in 2 weeks, yes.
Second one in 2 weeks. So Deer Park was another that's affected. So there's just a lot of stuff going on in the city. We just want to help those that are in need of some type of help, assistance. Reach out to us. If you're watching the show and you see an opportunity or can get us hooked up with the right person so that we can reach out to them, by all means, we're all here also for our community.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I know we were just talking about basketball. We got real mushy around here. But yes, basketball. Speaking of basketball, you guys, the attorneys, there's 5 attorneys here at D. Miller & Associates, but you guys also went on the court and got ready. Not just that, you had your opinion on who those final 4 is going to be. So let's take a look at that video now.
Oh, no.
Let's talk about your prediction.
Oh, no.
So
Oh, no.
that's pretty cool. You guys got to do a little bracket yourself.
Darren and I did, yes.
Yeah,
Sure.
the two partners of the firm. So you guys got to do your little bracket, which is super cool. Hopefully you guys got to do your bracket as well. But who did you predict as your final four?
All the teams that are not in it. So I had Duke, I had U of H, I had Oregon, and I had, who else did I have? I had somebody else.
So one more that they're not.
Maybe
in it.
Michigan State. Maybe one. I had one right. But I definitely know that I did better in school than I did in this.
Predicting. Yeah. Well, guess what? If anything, it's a little bit on the fun side as far as getting you involved in the predicting and all that good stuff.
Okay.
But let's go ahead and talk since what you're better at, which is personal injury.
Oh, thank you.
So personal injury, let's talk a little bit about the personal injury side. We haven't been on the show for a while talking about it.
Personal injury rehab.
Yeah, so let's tell our viewers a little bit of what it is that you guys do, D. Miller and Associates, and what you bring to the table.
Well, typically, our job is I like to put it to you this way. We have two primary jobs, and that one job is to have our clients get to maximum medical improvement, which is as close as they can be to the point they were before the accident. Medical development and their medical treatment and their health is our number one priority. Okay? We are here to guide you through that process. We're here to make sure that you get the best treatment and the best treatment plan that you can. Now, there is a backside to that. The other side of that is, look, there's a reality to all of this. Car got damaged. You had missed time from work. Let's face it. It cost you money. Our job is to not only make sure that you get better health-wise, but then for us to make sure that you are compensated or you receive the value or a recovery for all of the losses and injuries that you've sustained.
Yeah.
Those are our primary two goals, and that is what we do here.
Yeah, so any type of case that may cause an injury, for instance, from another, like a collision, from a car, an 18-wheeler, commercial. We even do stuff like slip and fall and dog bite. So I know a lot of people have asked in the past, and we kind of extracted the main questions, but who all is involved in their case?
Every single one of us. Okay? What we do here, from what I think Marty's trying to ask me, is from each step of the process, we have a highly individualized and specialized team that addresses that specific area of the case. Now, your cases, there are multi-facets to each one of these cases, okay? And instead of having someone just generally know kind of, all right, well, let me guide you through all of this, we believe that it is better for our clients, not only for their injuries, but also at the end of the case, that if we were to train our individuals specifically so that they have specialist knowledge in terms of what they're doing. So at whatever phase you are in your case, you are getting the best advocacy, the best type of representation.
So let's talk a little bit more about that. So you said everybody. We are a little unique firm to where we are broken up into phases. So he's not the only one on your case. It is a team full of case managers that are in charge of it, and all attorneys. I'm going to say all because you guys are from beginning to end very much involved in strategizing or talking about certain things and building the case management side.
Absolutely. It is. I like to say we have a very collaborative ethos that permeates the firm. It's something that we truly believe in, and I think if you take one walk around here, you'll understand what a collaborative effort this is.
Yeah, if any of you guys would love to see our facility, our home, we would love to have you, give you a quick tour that way so you can feel comfortable, and maybe we can even do a show, just a tour.
Where we walk around and explain.
Yeah, if you guys would like to see that, give us a thumbs up and let us know, yes, you would like to see what this office looks like behind our production room. So behind this, what does it really look like from the minute you walk in to the minute, you're all the way down to the break room. You never know.
Absolutely.
So I know we extracted some of the top questions, as I mentioned before.
Okay.
So one of them was from the past episode. I can't remember what episode it is, but this is Linda. Linda asked, once upon a time, what if the insurance company contacts me while I have an attorney?
Well, first answer, Linda, thank you for tuning in and watching the show. Continue to do that. To answer your question specifically, the first thing is, one, they shouldn't be contacting you. If they do, you have a very simple solution to that, and tell them, you have an attorney, please speak with my attorney. Mm-hmm. And typically, if you get to that point and you're represented by us, you're going to have either my cell phone or Darren's cell phone or one of the attorney's cell phones, because we provide all of that. So feel free to give them out our number, and we'll handle that for you.
Yeah, the information is definitely below that you guys will see. We do have a couple comments before we keep going to the next personal injury question, but we have Cipriano Romero commented, "Go Texas Tech!"
All
yeah.
right.
So he was watching a little earlier. We were talking about basketball. We could still keep talking about basketball. I love it. Another comment that we have is Chriselle Bonds commented, "Hey guys, one of my favorite show duos."
All right, Chriselle, that's right. Thank you so very, very much.
Exactly. So definitely load up your questions. I know, or comments, any of that. But yeah, we're here to help as far as in piggybacking off of your response on how we help in any type of situation. I know that another top question that was asked in a previous episode, this one was from Ben, was what happens if my case goes to trial?
We will try it to a verdict for you or until the defense settles the case. We are not afraid of trial. If we do not have a resolution that is fair, equitable, and one that you, the client, are comfortable with, well, let's lace them up. And we'll try the case.
I just sensed the passion right there. You just heard it in his voice.
Yeah.
So the funny part, the reason why I was smiling is because I was going to ask you, are you ever intimidated or scared? But you just said no.
No, we look forward to that. Bring it on.
Yeah, so you do have a team of attorneys here that are ready.
Not
ready
just
to go.
attorneys. We have a team of attorneys and highly trained staff and specialists and case managers that all make this work.
Yeah.
It is weird. The attorneys are the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. But as far as going to trial, let's just be very clear, only the attorneys go to the trial.
Unfortunately.
None of the staff. So I don't want, if any of you guys haven't been in the legal side, the staff doesn't go at all. Only the attorneys are allowed. If we go, we can only wait in the lobby. And that's it.
That's it.
Yeah. So if your case goes to trial, we do have a litigation team in-house too. So
yes, we do.
That's something that they get you all prepared. It could take anywhere in the statute of limitations, which is how long a case can be in the state of Texas, because we are in other states, is
2 years on a personal injury case. On a breach of contract, it can go up to 4. There's different terms. But typically for what we do, for our specialty, our bread and butter, it's 2 years.
So sometimes, now let's talk about this. Sometimes some of our clients may have a case that may be a year. And they're like, oh, okay, this... they're calling us, they're following up, they're guiding us as far as what the next step is, and then guess what? It goes to trial. Everything kind of changes.
Yeah, everything kind of changes, because once you have filed your lawsuit, you're not worried about the statute of limitations anymore. You're worried about the court's docket control order and the timeline set forth.
Yeah, so sometimes clients may think, oh, this is not bad. A year, okay, not bad, but then it changes because there's in-house, we try to do everything kind of in-house, and then when it goes to trial, it's kind of a different ball game.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we do guide you every step of the way, but it is a little different once it goes to trial. Mm-hmm. So another one question that we had, this one was from Gina. Gina said, is what if the person who rear-ended me drove away? Are you able to help me?
Absolutely, yes. We have a variety of methods and ways for which we can track down hit and run drivers. We represent a number of them currently as we speak, as of the taping of this show. Secondly, look, we are all about giving you the truth and honesty. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this one is just as easy as some of the other ones. It's not. Sometimes the hit and run can be a little bit more difficult. However, what I am telling you is if you are involved in a hit and run accident, we have the resources, we have the abilities to give you the best opportunity to make a claim and make you whole.
Yeah. Now, guess what? Unfortunately, what you just said, they're all difficult. They all could be different. Every case is different.
Absolutely.
It could be a rear end. It could be a T-bone. And they might be similar situations, but they're all very different. So,
very different.
Yeah.
It's interesting that you say that because I wanted to say a couple years ago we had a case where we actually represented someone successfully where there wasn't even any contact, where the 18-wheeler ran the person off the road but did not make contact. But we were able to find out the information for the 18-wheeler by tracking down its route.
No way.
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. And I mean, y'all let me know. Give me a thumbs up, a heart, a sad face. I don't really care. But if you guys have been in that situation, I have. And I have a small 2-door car. But the 18-wheelers, I think they feel like they're just king of the road. And they could just do whatever.
They want.
And literally, like, you almost feel like they're on your line or they are on your line. You're like, really? So you, as a natural instinct, do something else. You rear off, and it may cause a completely different accident.
Yeah, completely.
Man.
A lot of times what we've noticed in those kind of situations are people get scared and jerk the wheel. So you want to be a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, well, look, you guys are in good hands. There's every type of scenario I'm pretty sure we've dealt with, and that's something that our attorneys could definitely guide you through. Now, I know we're talking about personal injury. If you guys have any questions, please, please, please load them up here so the attorney that is on air right now could definitely answer those questions. I know a little earlier we were talking about sports.
Yeah.
In particular, basketball. Okay?
Basketball.
But let's not forget, baseball season is here.
Yeah, and the Astros won last night.
And they won. So it just started their season.
Yeah.
I know you're excited. I think
am.
you have season tickets for everyone. This man has season for everything.
Just the Rockets, actually. Just the Rockets. Yeah, nothing else. Just the Rockets.
With that being said, Astros, we did give heroic behavior.
That's right. We gave some tickets away.
Some tickets away. So,
we did.
Hey, if you may feel stressed during this time, and going to a game just makes you feel just happy at that moment. That's what we're trying to do, is relieve some stress and be a hero at that moment in time. So the winner actually came in today.
Okay.
Yeah, and you got to meet him in the lobby. I don't know if you got to say hi to him personally, but let's take a look at how excited he is. Hey, Talk to Me Tuesday. Here we are with the winner of the Heroic Behavior winner for this month, March, which is 2 tickets to the Astros game. Congratulations. How does it feel?
Awesome. Pretty cool.
And so the game is April 6th, so that's right around the corner. So you're ready. You got your gear ready, everything ready to go?
Sure do.
Okay, so do you know who you're going to take as the next question?
Who? My wife, of course.
Yes, your wife will be going. She's actually in the room right now, but she's a little bit behind the scenes. So I'm going to ask you, are you an Astros fan?
I think so, yeah, sure.
Yeah, you have your gear all ready. You have your wife ready to go to the game. You got your tickets. Is there anything you're looking forward to in the game? Like, is it the drinks that you like, the hot dogs that you like?
How about the Astros whooping up on the A's?
There you go. That's a better answer than what I said. So, yes, we're going to get a win. So let's hope for that. Crossing our fingers for you. And I hope that you have so much fun. Make sure you take a lot of pictures and tag us on Facebook.
Awesome. I will.
All right.
Cool.
Stay tuned to the next Heroic Behavior. So that was our winner, Randall.
He looked really happy. He came in all his Astros gear.
I
and
know.
everything.
He's like, let me pick up my tickets in my jersey and my shirt.
So he was wearing an Astros hat too.
Yeah, he was all decked out. But you know what? That's beautiful. To support the team and to be more than excited to get the tickets is what is more so rewarding. Now, this game is April 6th, which I believe that's Saturday.
Game.
Second game.
Second game of the season. You're right.
On a Saturday, which is super cool.
Sold out.
Sold out. Wow. He should be lucky. Mr. Randall himself. You're super lucky. I know his, I asked him, what does he look forward to in the game? Is it the hot dog? Is it the nachos bowl? What is it? He said, for us to win.
For us to win.
Yes, that's a good answer.
For me,
sure.
it's the nacho bowl.
Yeah, that nacho bowl is a killer.
Actually, I have a confession to make. It's not the nacho bowl. It's the ice cream.
Oh, you are a sweet Sky, huh?
Oh my God, with the waffle cone and everything.
Oh, so you're one of those people that goes to the game and gets everything.
All of it.
You get the margarita, the nachos, and you're like, guess what, babe? I need to get ice cream.
It's ice cream time, yeah. Then it's Budweiser time again.
There you go. See, it could get really expensive, guys. It could get really expensive. So that was last month. So the month of March. We gave that out. Now we're in the month of April. Okay. So what we're about to announce, we're going to give it the award or the prize at the end of the month, which is kind of good and in time for May.
Mother's Day.
He got it. Mother's Day. So we're doing this kind of in honor of the mothers out there. Those out there that have kids, that have taken care of kids, that have maybe adopted. Any of those scenarios definitely work. So if you see this picture that is right here in the middle of the screen, please make sure you tag someone that you know that is a mother. So that they can win. Now, fathers, I know you're looking at me crazy, like, what about us?
We're next.
You're next.
We're next.
You're next, exactly. Next. So what we're doing is a mani-pedi spa day, which is super cool. I know you see our promotional model right there. We actually went to the nail salon. It's called Retreat Nail Spa. It's by Memorial, right in front of Memorial Mall. It's amazing. Not just that, they give you, it's open bar. They give you two. You can have wine, margarita. What an amazing time. So, yeah, if you guys want to go ahead and look for this picture, go on our Facebook page, look for it, make sure you tag yourself, share it, tag any other mothers. This is going to be awesome. And it's $75 for a mani and a pedi.
Wow.
You could probably even get a massage, get your eyebrows waxed. There's so much you could do with probably that amount. That sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit. I'm
in. So that is the next gift that we're giving out at the end of this month, which is going to be very rewarding for us to see in honor of Mother's Day. Now, that will be awesome. Make sure you share it. Sharing is so important because we need a lot of mothers to see it. So a couple of the last things that we have for the show is if people want to be a guest.
Yes.
So if they want to be a guest, you're probably asking, how can I be on this cool show? Now you got the advantage. You can come and knock on my door and you're going to be on the show, right?
Not true.
Your schedule.
No, your schedule. We are booked. People really want to be on this show. So, I mean, we are booked all the way through for the next couple of months.
Yeah, that is true.
So, I mean, listen, when we make the opportunity for people who want to be on the show, take her seriously because we have a lot of people that want the opportunity to be on this wonderful production. And Madi, you guys do a great job of opening it up to the community, and I think the response speaks volumes.
Yeah, I definitely love the fact that we're opening to the community. You are right. Our production is full and booked all the way until probably the end of May, which you guys are probably like, what? Are you serious? No, we're serious.
We're serious.
So if you look down below, it shows you how to get in contact with us if you're interested. I know there's been already a few guests that have reached out to Giselle at D. Miller Law and are interested in being on our show. So if you're someone that just loves to watch the show and wants to come, we'd love to have you. If you're somebody like an entrepreneur or something to offer, we would love to showcase it here and have the community also be a part of that.
Or if you're like my daughter Sabrina and just wants to be on the show.
We can also make that work. Hey, we love kids.
I know.
We love kids. So
I just don't know if she's serious. Sabrina, if you're watching, you better make up your mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of, believe it or not, a lot of children that are now entrepreneurs. There's so many.
Yeah.
There's a little boy that does reviews on toys. I don't know if you've seen it.
No.
He's big on YouTube. It's Ryan, Toy Review with Ryan.
Oh yeah.
I think Ryan's like
DIY.
Yeah, kind of like that. I think he's like 6. Yeah. He has a whole toy line. It's crazy. So even our little people can be entrepreneurs. We would love to have them on the show. Of course, we would ask parents for permission, but definitely reach out to Giselle at D. Miller Law, which is located below. I want you guys also to stay tuned for our next show. So are you ready to see what our next show is going to be about?
Sure.
We already have it. Of course.
know.
So stay tuned for next show. We will have a special guest on April 16th. We will have Sam Dorsey. Sam Dorsey is the CEO of Beyond Basketball Texas, again, in honor of the whole March Madness and basketball. This is in, I believe it's a nonprofit for anti-bullying.
Oh.
So this is awesome. They reached out.
Fantastic.
I know. And you know what? Bullying is all over the place. It's not just for our kids. It's also even in adults, okay? It's not just in school verbally. It's also cyberbullying. So it's something so serious, especially for you parents that have to really look at these signs. So we're going to talk a little bit next show about what some of those signs are, what you guys can do to help your kids, or if your child knows of their friend that may be going through it, what we can do. So he is going to have a basketball like little tournament and to raise awareness of this anti-bullying, which I think is amazing to help our kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. The message is important. It's powerful. It's impactful. And I can't give you enough kudos for that.
Yeah,
Good
thank
job.
you. So stay tuned for next show. Make sure you come and watch the next show so you guys can get some tips. If you, for some reason, missed the show, aka you're cooking for your kids or you're at work, you can always catch our episodes on our page at any time. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our managing partner, Ramesh Raghuthaman. If you had to leave our viewers today with any last minute, it could be fun, it could be serious, it could be heartfelt, what would you tell them?
I do it all the time. First of all, I want to say thank you to you, Mari, and the marketing team, Victor, Giselle, and John, for all the hard work that you guys do, putting this wonderful production on in English and in Spanish. And to everybody at our firm, from the front desk to phase 1 to phase 2 to phase 3 to phase 4 to every department, none of this is possible without all of us working collaboratively and together in spirit. And again, I would be remiss to close out the show without thanking our providers and our vendors. And thank you for making all of this stuff work. We are all a unit, and we're all trying to do better for our clients, and I think it shows.
Yeah, we definitely, I'm going to piggyback off of that. I want to thank everybody, not just those that are working in these four walls, but also those of you guys that are watching. Those of you viewers that have never heard of us but support this show, I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for sharing it and also liking the show. Without you guys, we wouldn't have Talk to Me Tuesday. Yeah.
Or JDJ.
Yeah, or Jueves de Justicia is our Spanish one. We call it JDJ. It's a little bit of a tongue twister for those that may not speak Spanish, but Jueves de Justicia, he says it all the time.
I say Jueves de Justicia.
In his sleep, right?
Yeah. Todo tiempo.
Todo el tiempo. So if you guys have any family member or friends that speak Spanish, this same show style will be in Spanish on a Thursday on our Latino page, which is D. Miller Law Latino. So make sure you guys reach out and look at any of our social media. We have so much.
On every platform.
Every platform. Instagram, you name it. We have Facebook, English and Spanish,
Twitter.
LinkedIn, Twitter, everything. So you guys can go follow us on our social media. The one that is your favorite, go follow us on that one.
Go follow us. Like us, share us, and maybe you might win a prize.
Yeah, exactly. I agree wholeheartedly with that. So I want to thank all of you guys for being on the show. I want to thank all of you guys for sharing and to stay tuned for the next episode. I want to thank you guys for giving us an opportunity and speaking to you guys in our fun, crazy, serious, all kinds of topics that we have on the show. So I want to thank you for tuning in to Talk to Me Tuesday on a Tuesday. I'm your host, Mari B.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.